Hi world, I've just spent the afternoon in London marching for the Palestinian Solidarity Campaign's National March for Palestine. Some great speakers, I've heard some very inspiring speakers, but you know, this was 12 months ago that I last did one of these, and still 12 months, well, it wasn't 12 months ago, actually it's 13 months ago, and 13 months later we're still doing the same thing. And it's really sad. It's worse, in fact. It's why we're all here. I apologise for the amount of free Palestines you'll hear on this video, but free Palestine.
Palestine will be free! We are all Palestinian! We are all Palestinian! No peace! No peace! No peace! Palestine! Palestine! No peace!
When people are occupied, resistance is justified.
Resistance is justified!
When people are occupied.
Resistance is justified!
When people are occupied.
Resistance is justified! Resistance is justified!
When people are occupied.
Resistance is justified! Israel is a terror state!
5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is not a Jewish state.
5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is not a Jewish state.
We are against the state of Israel because we are Jews.
We are against the state of Israel because we are Jews.
We are against the state of Israel because we are Jews. We are against the state of Israel.
Ceasefire, fuck a response from Drake. What you willing to risk?
Viva, viva la Palestina. She'll be free from the everybody. Viva, viva la Palestina. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella. Oh, viva, viva la Palestina. She'll be free from the river to the, from the river to the sea, from the river to the, from the river to the sea. Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free!
From the sea to the river, Palestine will
live forever!
From the sea to the river,
Palestine will live forever!
freedom for Palestine,
Freedom for Palestine! Freedom for Palestine! Freedom for Palestine!
freedom for Palestine,
Freedom for Palestine!
freedom for Palestine, freedom for Palestine, freedom for Palestine, freedom for Palestine, freedom.
To be inflicted on the Palestinian people. a war of extermination against men and women, teenagers and elders, children and newborn infants across Palestine and Lebanon. We are all joined in a global struggle, friends, for freedom and equality for all people, for liberation from colonial oppression, from racism and from exploitation. Because we all know, as we all know, none of us are free until all are free.
Thank you, and thank you everyone for being here today, and thank you to all those that have organised it and made sure that the voice for peace and justice for the Palestinian people will always be heard here in London. I'm going to say something slightly different today. I've been given a message from Dr. Hussam Abu Sitia, the director of Kamal Adwan Hospital in northern Gaza. He was working in his hospital, and he has been all the way through the horrors of this conflict. Was seized by the Israeli forces, taken into Israel, tortured and beaten in the prison, and then thrown out of prison, and came back to his hospital. As he re-entered the hospital, the Israeli Defense Force came in with him and smashed equipment as he walked through his own hospital. Smashed life-saving equipment and did as much damage as they possibly could. He was then ready to start work again in his work for the people of Gaza. And then his son was killed, and they buried his son in the land just alongside the hospital. His daughters were very, very badly injured. And he is now still there doing all he can to provide medical aid for the people of northern Gaza, who are, according to the UN, and I believe them, in famine-like conditions as they continue to be bombarded as the Israeli forces attempt to drive them out of northern Gaza into southern Gaza, and then I believe across the border into Egypt, remove the entire population and set up a new Gaza Strip in the Sinai Desert. Dr. Hussam has asked that this message be read out, and I've been given it today by Palestinian medics working in the health service in Britain and doing all they can to support their colleagues in Palestine. So can we just have a round of applause for all the Palestinian medics? And all the work they do in the most impossible circumstances one can ever imagine. The message reads like this: the truth is, this is a war of extermination. There are no longer any laws. In fact, all their laws are imaginary. Our medical humanitarian mission is continually being attacked and destroyed in plain sight for the whole world, and not a single voice has spoken out. This is not including the humiliation and arbitrary detention and persecution of healthcare workers. They are hitting us with everything and on all fronts just for the sake of the politics of destruction. There are no tools or resources for us to protect and to serve, because what has happened yesterday and the day before that, and what will continue to happen is that this entity will continue to do what it wants, because no one is standing up for humanitarianism and the human rights of civilians. The targeting of our healthcare system is purposeful and relentless in order to make us submit and to tell the world that we want it to surrender. However, they don't realize that we would die here in order to continue to serve our medical duty. Because our message is one of humanitarianism, one that everyone in North Gaza has a right to. We have sent our humanitarian message to the world. So long as there are civilians in North Gaza, we will continue to provide our humanitarian service. We will continue to serve even to the very minimum. If only the world knew that with all those democratic and humanitarian structures, we are being exterminated. Please spread the message widely. Before I conclude, in the last few days, our civilians have been calling us, along with their children, from under the rubble. We are powerless to help them. They have now gone silent. That's a message from northern Gaza about what the people of northern Gaza are going through. Words are hard to express in this horrific situation when this country is supplying weapons to a government in Israel whose prime minister, if he wasn't prime minister, would be arrested and put in prison in Israel. If he leaves Israel to go anywhere in the world except for one or two countries, he would face an international arrest warrant. And I say to our government, if you knowingly supply weapons of mass destruction to a government headed by somebody who's wanted for international war crimes, it could well be that the long arm of the international war crimes issue will extend to you as well. Yeah! So it is time for us to say quite clearly, we will end that arms supply. There's a wonderful placard just in front of me here. At the back you wouldn't be able to see it, but I can. It's a beautiful placard of a white kite, and it comes from the poem, "If I must die, you must live." I want to conclude what I have to say today by reading part of a poem by Zaina Azam. It's been given to me this afternoon by Susanna Corrad. Susanna's here today with a group of people who I've known for many years, who've always campaigned for peace and for justice and the rights of the Chilean people. They went through the dark days of the Pinochet dictatorship, and they're repaying the solidarity we showed to them with their solidarity to the Palestinian people. Thank you for being here today. The poem by Zaina Azam is called Write My Name. Write my name on my leg, Mama. Use the black permanent marker with the ink that doesn't bleed if it gets wet, the one that doesn't melt it if exposed to heat. Write my name on my leg, Mama. Make the lines thick and clear, and your special flourishes, so I can take comfort in seeing my Mama's handwriting when I go to sleep. Write my name on my leg, Mama, and on the legs of my sisters and brothers. This way we will belong together. This way we'll be known as your children. Write my name on my leg, Mama, and please write your name and Baba's name on your legs too, so we shall all be remembered as a family. Write my name on my leg, Mama. When the bomb hits our house, when the walls crush and our skulls and bones, our legs will tell our story, how there was nowhere for us to run. Thank you very much.
Remember to like, subscribe, share if you dare, drop us a super thanks if you've enjoyed this video. I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye.